of Virginia Woolf. Okay. Once upon a time, they said that actually Beowulf had been written by Virginia Woolf, but that day has gone. Now Beowulf is anonymous. Anonymous মানে তার রাইটারের নাম জানে না, যদি রাইটারের নামই না জানে তাহলে সে কোন দেশের ভাষা সেটাও তো আমরা জানি না। So can we call Beowulf as English literature? No. Thus, what to include and exclude from the English literature syllabus? If it is in a position, so English literature syllabus, which text will be included? Beowulfকে তো আমরা বলতে পারি না ওল্ড ইংলিশ পোয়েট্রি, বলতে পারি কারণ Beowulfের রাইটার হতো ভার্জিনিয়া উলফ না আরেকটা। Okay, so that was the question. Keeping the answers of all these questions, comparative literature can be termed as the emergence of an alternative school of thought. So we started with a definition that comparative literature will be comparing two literatures. Then we add a little bit. Then not only literature, the culture will be compared. Next time we add a little bit culture of literature of which country? Okay, culture of two countries will be compared. Then next time we also said that comparative literature will be comparing the literature of same language but of two times. Okay. Next time we move that also culture will be comparing comparative literature. Okay. So according to the old definition and description and the historical background, we can come in such a way that comparative literature can be called an alternative school of thought. Alternative and also very important school of thought in terms of literature. In such a juncture, Palestine-born American scholar Edward Said pioneered the notion of Orientalism. To Said, the word Orient achieved a wide range or field of meanings, associations, connotations, which did not refer to the real Orient, but refer to the field surrounding the world. Okay. শব্দোষ কি যেন বলে, এডওয়ার্ড সাইড এটাই বলতে চাইছিলেন যে উনি অরিয়েন্টালিজম বুকে বলতে চেয়েছেন যে অরিয়েন্ট শুধুমাত্র এই পশ্চিমা দেশের বাদ দিয়ে যে এশিয়ান দেশগুলোরকেই বোঝানো হচ্ছে তা না। সো অরিয়েন্টালিজম, দ্য ওয়ার্ড ইজ ভেরি কনোটেটিভ মিনিং, ভেরি associated meaning, and that is Orientalism, and which didn't refer to the real Indian. Actually, through the real Orient, we can't understand the Asian or the African or the Indian perspective. ইন্ডিয়ানকে বোঝাতে যদি অরিয়েন্ট বোঝানো হয় তাহলে অরিয়েন্ট টার্মটাকে দিয়ে ইন্ডিয়াকে বোঝানো যাবে না। এই অরিয়েন্ট টার্মটার মধ্যে ইটসেলফ অনেক বেশি অ্যাসোসিয়েশন আছে। অরিয়েন্ট কোনো কিছুকে মানে কি অরিয়েন্ট ইটসেলফ, ফার্স্ট টাইম অরিয়েন্ট দ্যাট মিনস ওয়েস্টার্ন অ্যান্ড অরিয়েন্ট। প্রথম ডিফারেন্স হলো অরিয়েন্ট মানে হলো যারা ওয়েস্টার্ন না তারাই হলো কি অরিয়েন্ট। ওয়েস্টার্ন মানে কি দে আর গ্রেট, অরিয়েন্ট মানে দে আর মাইনর, not low, আমরা বলি minor. Okay, they have their culture, high developed culture, they have their popular culture, but Orient will have mass culture. Okay, so they have their great literature, we have Orient will have the minor culture and literature. So Edward Said said so, that means Orientalism had been referring so many things relating to the association and the connotation meaning the Indian people, culture and literature. That was described by Edward Said. Chinese scholar Zhang Lungji's books, Lungji bole na, Zhang Lungji's book, The Myth of Other, myth of okay, done. Put it over there. Okay. We have got Chinese scholar, his name is Zhang Lungji's book, The Myth of the Other. Myth means, will myth have any real historical background? Myth মানেই হলো যে এটা একটা কাল্পনিক বা ইমাজিনারি। তো উনি একটা বই লিখেছেন যেটার নাম হলো কি The myth of the other. That means Eastern people, they call them we, and except the European countries, they call their other. So Chinese scholar, he said that actually the myth of the other. China in the eye of the West. China in the eye of the West. Points out that for the West, China is a land in the forest, become traditional in the image of the ultimate others. He said, Jhangi said that in that book, he said that actually China can be called the others. Others in which perspective? Just like Edward Said's comment. That means Oriental, and in the same way, here Lungzi said that actually the myth of other. They put China people, the extreme other. They are not quite similar towards the Western people. From literature, from culture, from values, from popular culture, and in every perspectives. And such notion of otherness is challenged by the non-European countries. They say that you can't call us other. যেখানে আমরা এবি সিজারের একটা টেম্পেস্টে পড়বো যে ইয়াস কল মি এক্স, হ্যাঁ কল মি এক্স, আমার নামটাকে আপনি হারিয়ে ফেলছেন, আমাকে কোনো একটা নাম ধরে, আই হ্যাভ এ নেম, ওকে, সেই নাম ধরে আমাকে ডাকা, ওকে। সো they say that these colonizing notions are systematically inventing the other cultural studies on the agenda of literary studies. So these are the issues that the cultural studies started a journey. In this way, studies of other cultural studies and the cultural studies become the part of comparative literature. So in such a way, comparative literature started a journey. So it started a journey in such a way, and the syllabus of European and the North American literature concerned an established canon of the great literature. Okay? European and the North America, they compiled their syllabus with some great literature, but the syllabus of European culture underwent a period of colonizing and the Western powers. For example, Shakespeare is the canonical text in perspectives on India. Shakespeare is a canonical writer, hailed in the 19th century as an epitome of English greatness. So through the literature of England, especially the literature of Shakespeare, we understand the greatness of English people. So through as I have said earlier, through literature we can convey the greatness of a nation or of a country. So William Shakespeare's writing, we can understand the greatness of the English people. How we have understood that? Through the reading of Shakespeare's writing. This very Shakespeare in India has been accepted in two different angles or perspectives. যেভাবে ওয়েস্টার্নরা চায়নাকে দেখেছিল, এবার শেক্সপিয়ারকে ইন্ডিয়ান পার্সপেক্টিভসে দেখা হচ্ছে। এটার কয়টা পার্সপেক্টিভস আছে? দে হ্যাভ টু পার্সপেক্টিভস। Indian students see Shakespeare as a great figure in the European literature as well as a representation of colonial values. One hand they see it is a great literature, and in another hand, কি জানো
আপনার খাতা আছে বাংলা কালেক্ট করে নিন, আমি
তারিখ দেবো,
আজকে হলো 21
দেবো,
21
খাতাগুলো দিয়ে দিন। Okay, so Shakespeare will have two perspectives in India. One perspective that is the great literature, and another perspective that is the colonial value. Colonial value মানে কি? তারা হচ্ছে colonial power, এবং colonial power-এর যে অ্যাটিটিউড, সেই অ্যাটিটিউডটাই হচ্ছে ইন্ডিয়ান পিপলরা মনে করে যে তাদের মধ্যে সেই colonial power-টাই উইলিয়াম শেক্সপিয়ারের লেখার মধ্যে প্রকাশিত হয়েছে। So in such a way, so two conflicting images of Shakespeare can be studied in comparative literature. So the two perspectives in which the Shakespeare was studied in India, these two perspectives can be studied in literature whenever through the window of comparative literature. So comparative literature gets a period of crisis in the West, but for the growth of national consciousness, awareness, many nations need to move beyond the colonial legacy. And that attitude developed the study of the comparative literature significantly in many countries of the world like China, Brazil, India and many African nations. So in such a way, comparative literature started a journey. So these countries started differentiating indigenous tradition. Indigenous means their own country's tradition. Deshiyo, indigenous tradition, and imported to or imposed tradition. Imported or imposed. Imported means that was অন্য দেশ থেকে হায়ার করা, or imposed মানে তাদের উপরে চাপিয়ে দেওয়া. Thus comparative literature gets very clear notion of who is to compare. In India, Ganesh Devi's remark, another Indian critic, Ganesh Devi, he remarked that his remark is coincided with the rise of the modern Indian nationalism. And also Shapon Majumdar said that through the literature, comparative literature, India got the Indian nationalism was enhanced. In the same way, Ganesh Devi said that serves to remind us the origin of the term comparative literature in Europe. So comparative literature, the term appeared in Europe as the result of national struggle when new boundaries were established as well as national culture or national identities were being discussed vehemently all over the Europe and in the expanding United States of America. So this was the position. So we started our journey in the way that comparative literature will be comparing two kinds of literature. Next time we move on to the cultural comparison. Next time we have got the great literature, minor literature, and also the other perspectives, Indian perspectives and the perspectives of Brazil, perspectives of Asia in terms of comparative literature. So comparative literature can be so great. If you want to look that in the window of comparative literature, that would be a great criticism or critical thinking of you. So thank you very much.